$25 million. Let that number sink into your brain for a second. That is the mountain of cash Gucci Mane allegedly stacked up off one single artist. And he did it while that exact same artist was sitting in a federal cell, staring at a concrete wall, not seeing a single dime of his own sweat and blood. When Pooh Shiesty's mother reached out, begging for just a little bit of support from the man getting rich off her son, Gucci Mane completely ignored her, like she didn't even exist, like she was a ghost. But it gets so much darker than that. When Pooh finally finished doing his time, stepping back out into the free world after 3 years away, he had one mission. He sat down across from the man who held his contract. He looked Gucci Mane dead in the eyes and asked for his money. And Gucci looked right back and told him, "I'm broke right now." Broke. The CEO of 1017 Records, the man running one of the most lucrative empires in Southern rap, claiming he didn't have the funds after riding the wave of the hottest young talent out of Memphis. In the streets, playing with a man's money is the ultimate violation. It is a line you simply do not cross, and Pooh Shiesty was absolutely done talking. But to understand exactly how a rap legend ended up staring down the barrel of an AK-style pistol, we have to rewind to before this massive betrayal even started. Memphis, Tennessee, back in 2019, it was a completely different era. Lantrell Williams Jr., knowing to the streets and the charts as Pooh Shiesty, was just a 20-year-old kid with a crazy dream and an undeniable flow. He had the raw energy, he had the authentic street credibility, he had the whole city of Memphis backing his every move. When Gucci Mane came knocking on his door, it looked like the ultimate blessing, an Atlanta trap god pulling down the next generation of royalty. It felt like absolute destiny. Pooh signed that joint venture deal with 1017 Records and Atlantic Records. On paper, it was the dream. Major label money, global reach, heavy distribution. He even rapped about it, comparing himself and Gucci to Shaq and Kobe. But here is the brutal industry secret that young artists never figure out until the trap is already sprung. That contract was a financial cage. Gucci wasn't just buying music, he was buying the master recordings, the actual ownership of the art. In those standard imprint deals, the label recoups every single penny they spend on studio time, videos, and marketing before the artist sees a fraction of a cent. Gucci was sitting at the very top of the pyramid, collecting a massive cut of the net profits, the publishing, and the masters. Pooh was doing the heavy lifting, but the corporate structure was designed to bleed him dry. And it didn't take long for that trap to snap shut, because Pooh was about to drop the biggest record of his entire life. November 2020 changed the trajectory of hip-hop forever. Pooh dropped Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk, and the internet absolutely shattered. The streets went crazy. The clubs couldn't stop spinning it. It debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 and shot straight to the top, becoming one of the highest charting debut singles from a Memphis rapper in history. We are talking 5 times platinum, millions upon millions of streams. Spotify alone saw over 600 million plays. The money generated from that one single was astronomical. We are talking millions of dollars flooding in from streams, sync deals, YouTube revenue, and radio play. And guess who was sitting right at the top of that golden waterfall? 1017 Records. Pooh was bringing in serious cash, pulling 30 to 50 grand a show, living the rap star life. But the label was quietly taking their massive percentage before the money even hit his bank account. They were owning the masters and dominating the revenue split. Pooh was the face of the movement, but the label boss was the one building generational wealth off his voice. The money was flowing faster than the Mississippi River, but Pooh was about to hit a solid brick wall that would alter his destiny forever. Right at the absolute peak of his massive rise, serious legal issues caught up with him. Federal conspiracy charges brought the entire operation to a screeching halt. By April of 2022, Pooh was sentenced to over 5 years in federal lockup. He was just 22 years old, put away right when he should have been ruling the world. Now here is the most vicious, cutthroat reality of the music business. When you go inside to do time, your contract does not end. It just hits the pause button on your obligations. You can't tour, you can't shoot videos, you can't drop new albums. But the label, their right to collect your money never pauses. Back in Blood kept getting played. Shiesty Season kept selling out. The YouTube ads kept running. and every single dollar generated from the blood, sweat, and tears of a man locked away kept flowing straight into the pockets of Gucci Mane. For 3 agonizing years, the machine kept printing money. The corporate entity did not care that the artist was gone. The label boss collected every royalty check, every back-end payment, every streaming fraction of a cent. And while the label boss was living lavish off those royalties, the people Pooh left behind were facing a cold, hard, unforgiving reality. Mama Shiesty was out in the real world trying to hold a family together, raising grandkids, managing affairs, dealing with the heavy burden of having a son locked away in the federal system. According to those deeply embedded in the situation, she reached out to Gucci Mane. She wasn't begging a stranger for a handout. She was asking for basic support from the man who was currently getting rich off her incarcerated son's massive hit records. And what did she get in return? Absolute silence. Gucci allegedly ignored her completely. People close to the family claimed Gucci made upwards of $25 million off Pooh's catalog during that 3-year stretch and didn't break off a single dollar for the family surviving on the outside. Not one damn dollar. Think about the pure psychological torment of sitting in a cell, knowing your voice is echoing through every club in America, knowing your boss is cashing 8-figure checks while your own mother can't get a phone call returned. That kind of profound disrespect brews a special type of dark, heavy anger. An anger that was waiting patiently for Pooh the exact second he stepped out of those prison doors. October 2025, Pooh Shiesty is finally released. He steps out into the free world, hits the studio, and drops First Day Out. The track instantly skyrockets to #1 on the Billboard charts. He hadn't lost a single step. The streets were still rocking with him heavy. The demand was higher than ever before, and immediately massive opportunities started knocking. Word hit the street that Yo Gotti and CMG were ready to bring him over. They were offering a massive deal with real infrastructure, fair splits, and total transparency. This wasn't just business. Gotti and Gucci have deep historical bad blood stretching back a decade. For Pooh to jump ship from 1017 to CMG would have been the ultimate power move. It was the escape hatch he desperately needed, but there was one massive problem. He was still legally chained to that old 2020 contract. The time he served didn't count toward his album obligations. He came home a certified platinum superstar, but he was trapped in a rookie deal designed to keep him completely under Gucci's thumb. Every day that passed was thousands of dollars legally blocked from his bank account. Pooh was holding a winning lottery ticket he couldn't cash, and he was finally done playing the corporate game. The tension hit a boiling point. Pooh wanted his money. He wanted the millions generated while he was away. He wanted off the label. When Gucci hit him with that unbelievable "I'm broke right now" excuse, the street code demanded a reaction. January 10th, 2026, Dallas, Texas. A fake business meeting was set up in a high-end recording studio. Gucci Mane and 2 associates flew in, thinking they were about to negotiate terms and talk numbers. They walked into that room completely blind to the reality of the situation. The second those heavy studio doors clicked shut, the trap was officially sprung. This was a highly coordinated, aggressive takeover. Big 30 threw his entire body against the exit door, trapping everyone inside. Firearms were instantly drawn. The energy in the room went from corporate to deadly in a fraction of a second. Pooh reached into his bag and pulled out a black AK-style pistol. He aimed it dead at Gucci Mane, the same man he used to idolize, and demanded he sign the legal paperwork releasing him from 1017 immediately. When Gucci hesitated, the pressure escalated. Gucci signed that release contract with the barrel of an assault weapon pointed directly at him. But the crew didn't stop at the paperwork. They physically choked out one of the associates. They stripped the room clean. Rolex watches, heavy chains, cash, Louis bags, even Gucci's own wedding ring. They took everything of value, leaving the trapped men behind as they vanished into the Texas streets. They walked out of that studio with the signed release papers and the iced out watches. But what happened next was pure, unfiltered, reckless behavior that doomed them all. You pull off a massive, highly illegal ambush against a rap legend, and what is the absolute worst thing you could possibly do next? You post the stolen loot on the internet. Members of the crew actually jumped on social media, flexing the stolen Rolexes and chains for the whole world to see. It was an unbelievable level of self-sabotage. But the feds didn't even need the Instagram post to build their case. Pooh was on supervised release. He was wearing a federal Jeep's ankle monitor that tracked his exact movement straight to that Dallas studio on the day of the ambush. His own father had rented the getaway cars under his real name. And in the most shocking twist of all, Big 30 actually had his phone out, recording the entire forced signature on video. They handed the authorities a fully documented, fully recorded confession on a silver platter. Gucci Mane cooperated with the feds, breaking the street code of silence, which sent shockwaves through the industry. 50 Cent immediately jumped online blasting Gucci for working with the police, reminding everybody of Gucci's old anti-snitch anthems. But the internet chatter didn't matter anymore. The feds executed massive coordinated raids across multiple states. 9 men, including Pooh, Big 30, and Pooh's own father, were locked up and slapped with federal kidnapping charges. We are not talking about a simple robbery. Federal kidnapping carries a maximum penalty of life inside a penitentiary with zero chance of parole. A 26-year-old superstar, right on the verge of taking over the entire industry, might spend the rest of his natural life behind concrete walls because a predatory contract pushed him to the absolute breaking point. This is the dark, ugly reality of the music business, a system built on legal exploitation that constantly collides with street rules, leaving young talent with nothing but bad choices and ruined lives. If you want to see more deep dives into the hidden truths and dark secrets of the industry, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment below letting me know whose side you are on in this crazy situation. And don't forget to smash that like button so we can keep exposing the real stories they don't want you to hear.